They said it without flinching, their faces flat and composed, as if their words weren't cutting me open. My father leaned back in his polished leather chair, calm and certain. My mother rested her hands together in front of her, like some solemn priestess, pretending to deliver grace. My sister sat smugly between them, trying to mask her triumph, but her eyes betrayed her satisfaction. She's the CO now. You were only the builder. I didn't move. I didn't even blink. I let the words hang in the air, seeping into the room like a slow poison. They expected me to lash out, to argue, rage, beg, or collapse. Instead, I simply slid a hand into my jacket, pulled out my phone, and tapped a name. The call rang once, twice, and then a man answered. I spoke 6 words, calm, deliberate, final. When the line went dead, I caught the shift in their eyes, the way the confidence drained, the way pale realization spread across their faces. They knew me too well not to understand. It hadn't always been like this. When I started the company, I wasn't chasing wealth. I was chasing freedom. I was 24, coding through nights that melted into mornings, patching together deals with nothing but nerve and persistence, shaping something out of nothing. And in the beginning, my parents claimed to be my biggest believers. They put in the seed money, introduced me to investors, and told anyone who'd listen how proud they were. And my sister? She had always lingered at the edges. She wasn't interested in boardrooms or financial statements, but she never missed a chance to watch me grind. She laughed at my exhaustion, brought me food when I forgot to eat, told me I was a genius, and she could never do what I did. I believed her. That's why betrayal cuts so deep. It strikes where you're most exposed. The first warning sign was quiet. A closed-door conversation between my sister and my mother, voices dropping when I entered the room. Then came the subtle shift in the board's demeanor, directors treating me like a technician rather than a visionary. Soon the paperwork followed, contracts rewritten, titles reshuffled, equity redistributed. Every move explained as streamlining, every change wrapped in reassurance. I didn't fight it. I watched, because I understood something they never did. Anger makes noise, but vengeance stays silent. So I smiled, let them think they cornered me, let them mistake my patience for blindness. The reckoning came in a board meeting that smelled of coffee and polished wood. My father's voice landed like a gavel. From this day forward, your sister will serve as CEO. You'll stay on as head of product. You've always been the builder. Builder? As if I were just a contractor laying bricks and moving on. Not the architect. Not the owner. That's when I knew. They had stripped me of titles, but not of leverage. They believed power sat at the head of the table, forgetting that control also hides in the code, the patents, the contracts written in sleepless nights, designed with contingencies only I understood. And I wasn't alone. I had one ally they didn't know about. The man who answered my call, a lawyer whose career I had launched and who'd been safeguarding a sealed envelope for 3 years. Inside were the original IP agreements in my name alone, the patents, and the kill switch. Without realizing it, I'd been preparing for this exact betrayal all along. So when I whispered those 6 words, "It's time. Execute the package now," the walls of their empire began to collapse. My sister's phone buzzed first, her smirk faltering. Then my father's screen lit up, then my mother's. 3 pairs of eyes lifted from glowing screens, each one paling more than the last. What they saw wasn't just a shift in ownership. It was a hostile takeover, already finished. The patents reverted to me. The controlling shares transferred back. The contracts they buried me under had dissolved into nothing. The company was mine again. I stayed composed. "Don't look so shocked," I said softly. "You taught me survival. You put the knife in my hand the moment you mistook me for prey." My sister's lips trembled. My father's grip tightened on the chair's armrest. My mother's voice cracked into a whisper. "What did you do?" I leaned closer, lowering my tone so the words landed like a blade. "I reclaimed what was mine and left you nothing left to steal." The room went still, broken only by the sound of their unsteady breathing. I turned and walked away, not sparing them a glance. Let them choke on that silence. Let them stew in the truth that the son they dismiss as nothing but a builder had just dismantled them brick by brick. Do I regret it? Not in the slightest. Family should protect you. Instead, they gutted me and handed my life's work to someone who never bled for it. They wanted a builder. What they got was the architect of their ruin. And the look on their faces, the moment their color drained, that was the masterpiece.